Gore Verbinski back on the big screen after a 10-year hiatus. And did Emerald Fennell make one of the worst book-to-film adaptations of all time? Your questions will be answered, although me and George haven't read the book, so maybe not. Anyway, we're going to be reviewing Wuthering Heights, and good luck, have fun, don't die. On today's episode, Real Talk, episode 180, I'm here with my lovely co-host, Cam Walsh, George Carmi, and Tyler C. Whitmore. A few trailers this week. The main reviews will be, like I said, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and Wuthering Heights. We've also got a real quick coming out this Thursday, which will be an updated top 10 films of all time from each of us. However, with our usual twists and different rules and stuff. So be excited for that one. And we've also got a Friday Patreon review of Shrek. Shout out all the people on the Patreon. Feel free to check the links below if you want to see all the great benefits and be involved and recommend us drafts and games and films and stuff like that. Before we jump in, just important to mention, as always, if you want to skip straight ahead to the reviews, you can look at the timestamps below, whether you're on Spotify, Apple. Do Apple Podcasts have timestamps?
Yeah, everywhere should have timestamps. Yep.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. Look at the timestamps down below if you want to skip straight ahead to the reviews, because before we'll be going over how we've been doing and what we've been watching, as always. Just to quickly shout out the executive producers: Ollie Powell, Harry Whitehouse, Cole Beaver, Cody Whitney, and Stefan Johnson. We appreciate you guys massively. So we'll go into how we've been doing and what we've been watching. I'm going to start with Cameron today.
Oh, man. On the spot. I've been well. I've been doing well. This week, let's see. We'll start with what we've been watching. Not a ton, because this week I watched Shrek. Watched another episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So I feel like I'm just like 3 weeks behind on that, because I've been watching an episode a week at this point. Enjoying it. Just as I've mentioned, I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones guy, or medieval guy in general, so I'm not like enthralled by it, but I enjoy it. It's a good show. I think Game of Thrones has always had its best when it's like doing character stuff rather than big CGI battle stuff. Even though it's got the main show has some really great battles, but I enjoy it very much. I think it's a good time. So I watched Shrek 2, halfway through Shrek 3. I watched Phantom Menace, and Attack of the Clones. This week was Valentine's Day. Didn't necessarily do a ton. I did not get a chance to see Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I apologize. I was supposed to go last night, but frankly, I'm an idiot and kind of forgot that, not forgot that it was Valentine's Day. I knew it was Valentine's Day, but I thought Emma would go to bed and I'd just head off to the theater and go watch it. But she wanted to hang out after the kids went to bed and watch a movie. So we did that. And we watched Shrek 3. But so, yeah, I apologize. I was supposed to go last night, but did not. But for Valentine's Day this week, we took the kids out to like do dates with them. So like Emma went out on a date with Bailey. They went to Red Lobster and got a little crab feast, I think. I don't know. I guess I didn't take Sutton out. We just did like crafts and activities at home. She's only one, so I don't necessarily think she was too bummed to not be out and about hitting the town.
Wow, Cam's a cheap date for his kids.
Yeah. Hey, steak bites, they were gas. So I don't know if cheap is the right word, but they were good. But we did sit down. Me being home with a 1-year-old, I was allowed to put on anything. So we threw on some Star Wars. Learned her some ball knowledge on that. But yeah, we had a good time. Did a little arts and crafts. Did a little like hand. The annoying thing about a 1-year-old is they like don't control their hands. Like Bailey, we can tell him, hey, put your handprint here, and he'll do it. Obviously, with Sutton, I gotta like open up her hand and like kind of push it down for her, and then also all while trying not to get it anywhere else other than on the paper. So that's kind of a mess always, but it was a good fun time. Did that. Bailey and Emma had a good time on their date. And then yesterday we didn't really do a whole lot. We went out with some of our friends in the afternoon, and then we were gonna do some grilling and such, but weather was cold and the Blackstone is not set up yet. So we just did like hot dogs and hamburgers inside, which was good, and watched Purdue win. So shout out Purdue being better right now. So appreciate them doing that impacts my mental health when they're not, unfortunately. But yeah, it should be a good week ahead for Purdue basketball. We got Michigan on Saturday or on Tuesday, and then Indiana on Friday. So there's your Purdue look ahead. March is coming. Did get tickets for Project Hail Mary this week. Got uber lucky because I was talking to a friend about like the early screenings are Friday, Saturday, Sunday before it technically releases. And I'm talking to a friend. I was like, "Oh, don't do Sunday because that's Selection Sunday for March Madness and Big Ten championships at like 3:30, and the movie would be at like 4." So I'm like, "Don't do that. We don't want to miss it. Do like Friday or Saturday." And then he got Saturday tickets, which is March 14th. And then I told Emma, I'm like, "Hey, March 14th, I've got movie tickets like 7 p.m. So you'll have the kids that night." And she's like, "Oh, March 14th." She's like, "You didn't have any plans or anything for that?" And I was like, I'm quickly racking my brain because I know I've done something dumb. Started dating March 13th. And so I was like, "No, of course we are going out to dinner on March 13th, not March 14th, because that's not our anniversary." So now I got really strong in that of putting together the right timing for not missing Selection Sunday, not missing anniversary dinner, even though once you're married, I feel like the dating.
I was going to say, you celebrate your dating anniversary still?
It's never been like a big thing, but we'll get dinner. At least I think it's one of those, like, it's when we started dating. So at the very least, Emma we'd like to hang out. You know. So, but yeah, like I feel like the wedding anniversary is the more important one, obviously. But yeah, I nailed it with threading that needle of getting the Saturday tickets there. So very excited for a little Project Hail Mary. But yeah, that's about how the week went. Not a whole lot going on.
You're talking about sports. Your game of the week didn't go.
Game of the week didn't go well. Watched soccer for the first time.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
You actually watched it?
Yeah. I didn't watch all 90 minutes.
Well,
United had to win 5 games in a row. I didn't watch all 90 minutes, but I watched, 45 of the 90. It's kind of
videos since.
Huh? Yeah, they're depressed, man.
The light has gone behind his eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
A man's got down bad.
I feel so bad for him. He's
just an innocent guy who, like,
his mental health has got to be in like, I'm seriously worried about him.
Some of the Man United players have literally been asked about him.
Yeah, current players are like, "Fuck this guy." Legends are like, Wayne Rooney was like, "Fuck that."
Wayne Rooney said
that guy.
And that's like the guy for him, you know?
Yeah, I feel bad for the man.
That's like being
he just did a little fun thing. It's not his fault. He's got millions of followers.
Like, imagine being a Man United
more important
fan
than the sport itself.
Yeah, imagine being like a Man United fan. I'm trying to think of like a NBA example. That's like being like a Lakers fan when Kobe was alive and him saying like he doesn't give a fuck about whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just giving whatever example.
Yeah,
and
nobody gives a shit about the NBA though, Seth. It's
no, but I'm just thinking like an American sport, for our American listeners.
Yeah, I get you.
My
question is, Seth, like, do they have an opportunity this season to get 5 in a row again? Because, like, I feel like if, say, this were like football, like NFL, you or NBA or anything necessarily, like, eventually you get to a point where 5 in a row is not happening anymore.
So
and then you have to wait till the start of next season. Like,
so the thing with Man United this year is that it's made harder. So they didn't. Last year they had one of the worst seasons. I think the worst season in Premier League history in terms of placement, which means they didn't get a European. It's funny. They didn't get a European competition this year, which means they play significantly less games. So usually Man United would play a total of around 50 to 55 games a season, depending on cups and how far they get, etc. But they're out of both cups, so they're only actually in. Whatever. They're only actually in the league. I think they play a total across it of 40 games. So maybe they've got 13 games left, or maybe 14.
So we've got a chance for the season.
There's a chance, but based on
this inner season though, like if he ends this season with 3 in a row and then opens next season with 2 in a row, is that 5 in a row?
I feel like
because I don't. That's a good question because I can't remember. I don't think he counts friendlies. Obviously, they play friendlies, like in July.
Yeah.
I don't think he counts. I think he has to give me competitive games. Based on the games they've got left in the season, it's not fucking happening. Like it's not happening. So I don't know if he just carries it. Like imagine he just resets from like August. But I think for his own sake, I think he should just call it now.
Yeah,
I think he should just call it.
I don't think he's going to. He said, I mean, I think you can't call it at this point. He's 490 games in or days in.
I know, but people, the amount of I'm on like football.
What's he do for work? Like, what's he do for a living?
I think I saw he's a barber. I think he.
Oh, he's a barber.
He's a barber.
Yeah.
That's even funny.
Brutal.
Oh,
but like,
my
goodness. Who was it who sent him? Was it Camo or Tyler? Was like, yeah, this guy posted 3 ads on the fucking same day as the like.
He's clearly made a ton of money. He's a barber that's promoted his own business probably a bit. But like, honestly, if I were him, I would just stop the challenge and delete every social media and just never go on again.
Because the thing is, you hate him for no reason.
He needs to just get out of the public spotlight, or it's gonna ruin his mental health.
You can tell. You literally watch his videos. The light has gone. Like he does not enjoy this anymore.
I feel bad for the guy, but
I
hope he gets. I hope he gets 5 in a row, man. I hope he gets it. I will say we were very correct. The Seahawks did easily win the Super Bowl, so good on us, Tyler. That was very clear. The only way it wouldn't happen is if like Vegas made a call. So at least that one was obvious. Rough Super Bowl. Like the commercials sucked. They're all AI and cryptocurrency and gambling. Halftime show was good. I'm not.
Charlie Puth was good.
Yeah, Charlie Puth was good. The Turning Point USA halftime discourse afterwards was hilarious, of course. But just so silly. But like the Super Bowl itself, just not a great game, not great commercials. Like you said, the music was good throughout, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of a
there was no aura this year for the Super Bowl.
No,
leading up to it and the actual event itself, there's no aura.
Yeah, it was a great day of sports. Like going from I went from Michigan Ohio State game to golf, right into the Super Bowl. So great day of sports. That Sunday is fantastic, but just the Super Bowl itself is kind of lackluster this year. Hopefully next year's better. Maybe a better game or better. Not as many AI cryptocurrency gambling ads, please. Like let's get.
Dude, it was all gambling and AI.
Let's get like a silly, goofy, puppy monkey baby ad or something.
Probably gonna get worse.
Bring that back. Yeah, it is gonna get worse.
Yeah, Doritos didn't have any commercial. They used to have like 3 commercials at Super Bowl, but it's like Doritos. They're on top of the game. They're just like, you know what? Clearly, these commercials are moving away. We do not care for. I'm not going to be. Yeah. We're not participating in this AI.
What was the major film one this year?
The shocking one was Mando. We should talk that, or maybe we will later. I don't know if you.
The Cliff Booth one was that the Super
Cliff Booth was like the big like that was no one knew it was coming, so that was something.
Well, they didn't even put the title in the end of it.
They put no title cards. And
Riley was like, right, yeah, but Riley's like, what is that movie? Is that Inglourious Bastards director? I'm like, nope, it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Part 2. But we'd be no one who doesn't know about the movie. Because the thing is, when you have the Super Bowl, you have commercials like Ben Affleck and like a Dunkin' ad. So like when you see Brad Pitt in an ad and you don't say a movie name, 99% of people, because Once Upon a Time Hollywood's not a big blockbuster everyone knows.
No,
90% of people watching that are just gonna be like, what was that promoting? Like, and then Netflix logo comes out and they're like, oh, Netflix movies? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think it was dumb not to that.
Yeah.
You had we obviously are we talking trailers now? Later, I don't know. Mandalorian Grogu trailers.
We'll talk trailers. We'll talk trailers in the trailer section.
Yeah, that's fair. Otherwise, yeah, fine week. I don't really have anything else. That's about it.
Tyler.
Yeah, February is kind of like my hell week. So the first week of the month, I was in Louisville. This week, I had to travel. It was within Texas, so it wasn't overnight or anything, but drove 2 hours to San Antonio and back in one day. Today, right after this podcast, I got to edit, upload it, and I run to the airport to go to New York for a few days. And then I come back, and next week I'm in Louisville for a week again. So like this week has been, or this month has been just hell with travel. So again, I did not get to the theater to see either of the new releases this week. I've just been trying to prep travel this whole month. So it's been really shit. But other than that, for the Super Bowl, again, like Cam said, is pretty mid. I tried my new like electric smoker out for the first time. So we had like a pellet smoker in Arizona, like a Traeger classic one that everyone kind of knows. And that was great. But this one we got gifted like this electric smoker. So it kind of uses like a heated filament instead of pellets. You use like actual wood chips. And tried it out for the first time. First smoke wasn't great, to be honest. We did it again on Thursday and it was a lot better. But for the Super Bowl, we were just like, I was just ambitious. I'm like, oh, Super Bowl, I'm gonna get we're gonna smoke like asparagus, we're gonna smoke chicken, like a pork tenderloin. I think we got like a smoked queso we made. So we just had like 5 different things, which all need like different times, and it requires like a perfect kind of song and dance of like putting this in at this time. And then waiting this amount of time, putting another thing in. And every time you open a smoker, it loses like all of its heat immediately. So like, I don't know. I think like the pork tenderloin was definitely very overcooked. The chicken was perfect. The veggies were a little undercooked. We wanted them a little more crispy. So it was just kind of like not the greatest. Like we just put too much stuff in and tried too much at once. Whereas on Wednesday this week or Thursday for some meal prep, we just threw in a bunch of chicken and veggies, and it was perfect. It was delicious. So I've leftovers that today. It's gonna be what my lunch is. So definitely enjoy the smoker. It's just add some good aura to the food. Smoke some pineapple too. Delicious. Just great stuff. But yeah, then for the week again, I had to go down to San Antonio and back in one day. So a lot of work, busy work week. And yeah, going to the airport.
Did you see
today.
Wemby when you were there?
I did not, sadly. The NBA, talk about something that's lost all its aura. I was watching clips from the dunk contest yesterday.
Oh my God.
Embarrassing.
That was so bad, dude.
Embarrassing.
I saw the guy who won last night. A video came up with like his dunk or whatever. It was like the most basic windmill. I was like, when I used to watch the NBA 10 years ago, when like Zach LaVine was in it, I swear it was wild. Now,
Yeah.
The thing about like NFL All-Star Weekend is like, yeah, you can't send your best players into like a full-on NFL game just to get hit for like a week and stuff. Like I get that. The NBA All-Star game, again, players don't give a shit, sure. But like the dunk contest, the 3-point contest,
people used to watch. I feel like no one cares.
Go out, give it a try. Like have fun with it. Like why are we doing literal like just one-handed dunks?
Like it's not like they're nothing. You see that in games now. Like
I don't get that. I don't understand how we can't put together a successful product for that. It doesn't make sense.
It's really weird.
Yeah, Adam Silver is losing the public interest for sure. People are starting to doubt his abilities. They have been for a long time.
Sucks, man.
Is he the bald guy who does the draft thing?
Yeah, now his new thing is like, oh, like the lottery teams were going to make them all play in a tournament to determine who gets the first pick.
God, man.
And it's like, because there's nothing people want to watch more than the worst teams in the NBA playing a tournament against each other, because that's like what people are in tune in for. Like,
you need less. The NBA needs less games, man. The game
is crazy, especially about the NBA Cup and stuff, which I wasn't there when I was watching.
Doesn't matter for shit.
Well, and the thing is, they tried to impact load management by like saying if you miss a certain amount of games, you're ineligible for postseason awards. But no one cares because we're halfway through the season right now, and like I saw something like 10 of the top 12 superstars in the league are either already eliminated from awards or they're like a game away, which obviously they're going to have to miss a game in this back half. So basically, like, well, if you miss too many games, you're not going to be eligible for any postseason awards. And everyone's kind of the response is like, we don't give a fuck about postseason awards. We're skipping games anyways. So the NBA is a mess right now.
NBA Walsh so bad, dude.
Yeah, it's like I'll turn on a game every once in a while, and I'm just like, it just looks like no one cares. Like I also. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know.
This is an old head take of mine, but like 40-point games, I feel like should be a big deal. And I saw a graphic that was like 40-point games this season, and it's like 50 people have them. And I feel like we've gone so far. There's no reason, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a random player. There's no reason Colby White should have a 40 bomb. Like in a game, like so there's no reason some role player should drop 40. Like it's just we've gone so far off the deep end in that sport.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like I like watching the playoffs, but there's no reason to tune into the like regular season
NBA Wash.
It's just not. It's not.
But college basketball is so bad for me too. Wisconsin is elite right now. I think they really only have one challenging game the rest of the year, and that would be against Purdue, the final game of the season. But
senior night,
there's nothing more like Wisconsin is the most frustrating type of sports team for anyone to be a fan of, where you'll like this. This works for any sport, but Wisconsin is very much a team right now that will lose to teams that they absolutely shouldn't, but then they'll play the best teams in the league and blow them out. So it's like they'll play. They're the only team who's beat the new number 1 team in the country. Only team who's beat Michigan. They beat 3 top 10 teams. I think the only team in all college basketball, I think, who's beaten 3 top 10 teams this year. But then they'll lose to teams that are just like garbage and you shouldn't lose to. And it's so frustrating as a fan to see someone who can beat anyone on any day, but then lose to just nobodies. So, but they're hot right now. They're streaking. So been fun to watch them. So me and Cam will be having some Big Ten rivalries going into postseason play here. But in terms of what I've been watching this week, I mentioned last week I was halfway through Goldfinger, finished that up. Really like that one. It's my favorite of the James Bond movies so far. As in, like during my run through, like I don't know how I would stack it up with like the Daniel Craig ones, but we're kind of starting from scratch with James Bond. But I like it more than From Russia with Love and Dr. No. Watched Young Mr. Lincoln, my first John Ford movie.
My rec. Nice.
Yeah, loved it. Need to dive into more John Ford. I've always loved Henry Fonda, and I think he's exceptional in this. He plays such an earnest and romantic version of Abraham Lincoln. Looks like bang on too for like kind of what I would picture like an Abe Lincoln. Also, like I texted this in the Film Talk group chat, but I was like, he kind of gave me like Owen Patton aura for some reason. I was like, this kind of looks like Owen to me. With Henry Fonda's Abe Lincoln just standing there in his little Abe Lincoln get up. But I really loved Young Mr. Lincoln. I've been in a kick right now, and I'll continue as I talk through this of watching movies about presidents and just legal dramas, presidential movies, historical biopics. There's kind of all of that I'm about right now. After that, I watched All the Way, which is the movie about LBJ, where Bryan Cranston plays LBJ and Anthony Mackie plays Martin Luther King. Movie was fine, 2.5.
I thought you were talking about a completely different person.
I thought you were talking about LeBron James.
I literally thought you were talking about
LeBron James.
I was like, when the hell did we get a LeBron James?
No,
NBA pilled minds right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Lyndon B. Johnson and MLK is played by JFK. But it's fine. I think like I really like Nixon because it had Anthony Hopkins in it, and they didn't put any makeup on him, and he still just transformed. I was like, oh, that's Richard Nixon, and never for a second was like, oh, this is Anthony Hopkins playing Richard Nixon. I think Bryan Cranston's a fantastic actor, but this movie is very much like Bryan Cranston as Lyndon B. Johnson. Like I could never see past the Bryan Cranston of it all, so I think that kind of detracted from my immersion of it. Anthony Mackie is fine as MLK, but it's very much, which is supposed to be, it's a Lyndon B. Johnson movie. MLK is very much a side plot, but I think they threw him on the poster because like if you can kind of market a movie like, oh, we have MLK in this movie, people are going to watch it more. But it's very much a Lyndon B. Johnson movie, and Bryan Cranston's just okay. And then after that, I watched Black Klansman. Absolutely loved Black Klansman.
Great.
Adam Driver is so damn good in that. But John David Washington as well. Like I've always been critical of his performances, but he's fantastic in this movie.
I think that's his best work I've seen by him.
For sure. Not even close. He's such a fun, like silly role too, where he's just like kind of trolling David Duke the whole movie on the phone. And Adam Driver, just like, I know he has, like the whole point of his role is to be pretending to be one of the Klan, but he's just dropping some slur combinations that are just the most outrageous with such vigor to him. And just
like he was writing some crazy.
Can you give me a specific example right now?
I can't.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah. Well, what are your top 10 favorite slur usages in Black Klansman? These are my Alex Coleman
my
voice.
favorite is like it's a scene of him running and chasing the car, and
that's the
what
classic one.
So
there's
good.
a TikTok clip where it like cuts to someone pretending to be a director, and it was like, Adam, the line was "Get out of my face."
Yeah. But no, a great movie.
Great film.
And yeah, I think Topher Grace is like the perfect David Duke too, because he's like plays just it's like his Spider-Man 3 aura, where he's just like that spineless like twerp of a guy who's like so hateful and vengeful and just like an awful person, but also at the same time looks like you could like pick him up by the back of his shirt collar and like slap him around a little bit. Like, Topher Grace just plays that character so well. And the electric guitar score I think is so great in that as well. But Black Klansman, fantastic movie. Really good. Yeah, really ending's fantastic. Yeah, was it ending? Was it this one where it ends with it turns into modern day footage and it goes to Charlottesville, Virginia. Yeah, because I couldn't remember because I'm watching so many political historical movies this past like week that I'm like, I can't remember which one transitioned into modern day. Yeah, I love that ending. I know, or I guess reading into it, people were really mixed on it. It was very controversial when the movie came out, especially because it was so new, because it was like 2017 footage. This movie came out in 2018, but I think it worked really well. I think it tells the story very, very effectively, that nothing much has really changed, or at least that progress is still so much more that needs to be achieved. And when you watch a movie like this, you're like, man, these people are such caricatures and outrageous, and how could anyone be the way the KKK was just 60 years ago? And then it kind of transitions to the modern day, the Charlottesville riots, and the like there's bad people on both sides, and the van driving into all the innocent people. It's like, it's just crazy. Watch W, which is the George W. Bush movie from Oliver Stone. I think this is obviously late stage Oliver Stone. I think this is by far his weakest presidential biopic he's made. I think JFK is by far his most successful. Nixon's pretty good. I think he just kind of ran out of juice at the time he got to W. Very scattered, all over the place movie. Josh Brolin, I don't think is that great as George W. Bush either. It was fine. I give it a 2-star. I kind of leaned on just being a little incoherent. Jumped into Hunger Games again. Again, this year I'm all about setting realistic goals. Like I said, I'm watching all the James Bond movies by January 1st, 2028. So December 31st, 2027. And I'm going to rewatch the entire Hunger Games franchise, which is 4 or 5 movies total. And I'm going to watch it by the time the next Hunger Games movie comes out, which is in 9 months from now. But we're giving myself plenty of time. We've got 1 down. We have 4 more to watch in the next 9 months. We're taking it easy. Incredible. We're rolling on easy street 2026. So Hunger Games, great. And it's funny because I didn't look into who directed it. So I like wrote my Letterboxd reviews, like, I didn't like how Francis Lawrence shot or directed action scenes in this movie, which surprised me because I usually liked how he did in the Hunger Games movies later. And then someone commented like, isn't this the only one where he didn't direct? I was like, oh shit, Francis Lawrence didn't direct this one. So Gary Ross, the only other movie he directed, also Ocean's 8, Free State of Jones. But yeah, because I was like, I kind of hate. I was like, I kind of hate all the action sequences in this. Like whenever there's fights, it's just like the most shaky cam, incoherent slop. Which I was surprised about because I generally like Francis Lawrence directed movies. But then, yeah, I guess I forgot that Francis Lawrence did not direct the first Hunger Games. So it makes sense why I think Catching Fire is such a step up. But I still think this movie is really effective in its emotional moments and story of rebellion and hope and how that pierces all. And I think like Donald Sutherland is just so great at being evil. And Liam Hemsworth is just like all-time cuck in this movie because like all he does is he's introduced as Katniss' his love interest in the beginning, and then all he does for the next like hour and a half is they just like pan to him for 3 seconds whenever they show Katniss and Peeta like kissing or doing stuff. Some of the scenes, it just like shows his face in the cuck chair every time. So fitting spot for Liam Hemsworth to be. Then finally we watch Shrek, which we would talk about on Patreon review on Friday. Watch First Reformed. I didn't mark this watch. It's kind of my second watch ever. Because I don't know. I watched the first hour of this movie like probably a year ago and just never finished it. Not for any reason. I couldn't finish it in that one sitting and just never got back around to it. So I restarted from the beginning again this time. So like I'd seen most of it. But yeah, really like this movie. Super like well thought out, just conversation with faith and how this kind of man just gets, who's really alone, who a lot of it was his own doing with how he kind of led his previous marriage and his family life, just kind of burned bridges around him. And now he's left to his own devices in his room, just meditating on life and what it means to be a man of faith and what it means to lead people and leave an impact on this world. And it just burns and simmers throughout the entire movie. There's crazy visual sequences Paul Schrader directs with just him and Amanda Seyfried like floating around.
Amanda Seyfried is amazing. I really like her.
So good in this movie. Yeah, I think that the ending didn't really see coming because it kind of, you think one thing's going to happen, especially based on all the memes you see on Twitter. And then another thing happens and it leaves the end pretty open-ended. And I'm kind of in both camps. I don't really know which way I believe like of how to take the ending of if you interpret if it's real or if it's after something would have happened. I don't know. I'm trying not to spoil for anyone who hasn't seen.
It's quite meme fueled. Like there's a lot. You know, when I rewatched it like last month, I was like, geez, I see these stills all the time now.
Yeah, the Will God Forgive Us. The
Will God Forgive Us is a great one though because you can use that for anything. Really.
Yeah, it is great. But yeah, again, I don't know. Again, spoilers for First Reformed 10 years ago. But if he dies or not, you know, it's open for interpretation. He could have drank the Drano, and then seeing Amanda Seyfried is kind of him being ushered into heaven by Mary. after he's kind of absolved of his sins, or you could take it as she kind of comes and saves him and he doesn't kill himself and he survives, and they embrace, and love is kind of what pierces all and leads him out of this mental state he's in. So there's multiple ways you can interpret it. I like movies that give you stuff to chew on like that after it ends. But first and foremost, fantastic. Ethan Hawke is as great as everyone says he is. And then I finished my best picture movie, watched The Secret Agent. Thought it was good. Didn't think it was great. Wagner Moore is great in this. There's like a scene visually with a leg. That's all I'll say about it. That I was like, wow, damn, they're really going for something crazy here that I did not expect to see coming. Like halfway through the movie, crazy scene. So they definitely tried some fun stuff. Structurally, I don't know if this movie really worked for me. All in all, it's definitely I don't know if slow burn's the right word, but it's kind of billed as a political thriller, and there's definitely not a lot of thrills to it. And I feel like the ending didn't leave as big of an impact as I wanted it to. It kind of just ends on a little bit of a more mellow note. But overall, it's still a very good movie. The production design is insane. It looks so great. We talk about Marty Supreme and how true to the era it's able to make its production design. I think this is the same way for ushering you into 1970s Brazil. So beautiful costumed movie, and Wagner Moore is great. And the story's good. I don't think it was great though. But yeah, that's kind of all for me.
Nice. George.
Oh, also Love Is Blind is back. Best show ever. Been grinding that.
Dog.
Oh,
I just opened up a DM, someone calling me an ass creator. That really just threw me off right there. That was a real weird one to open. Yeah, I've missed the last 2 weeks. The first weekend was intentional. I was in Boston. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you in passing maybe met Raj and Jamie at my wedding, my 2 college tennis friends.
Oh, yeah.
Raj was the Indian guy. Jamie was wearing like the orange dress. If you spoke to them anywhere, it was probably at the after party. But we went up to Boston to visit one of our other college tennis friends who's been living in Boston for a couple of years now. It was -1 degrees. That sucked. But we made the most of it. We had a great time. Just kind of explored Boston. I've been a couple times to Boston because my older sister Christina went to Boston College, so visited her a couple times. But like outside of that, I haven't really been to Boston in a couple of years. So it was nice to get to Boston. Last week I missed the pod because I had the flu. That shit was terrible. It was terrible because it kept pump faking me. It kept fluctuating like fucking crazy. Like I texted you guys like Saturday saying I'll be good for the pod tomorrow. And then Sunday morning I wake up at like 3 a.m. and I felt like I got fucking stabbed, beaten, hit by a bus, burned alive. It was terrible. So I texted you guys immediately. I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not strong enough for a flu game right now. This shit sucks. It sucked, which is what I've been telling people. It sucks because my body was freezing cold. This was the first time I ever had the flu. So I didn't know what the hell this was. My body was freezing cold, but I was sweating like crazy.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It was absolutely crazy. So like I couldn't find comfort in my bed because I was just sitting in a pool of sweat. I was kind of like locking myself in my bedroom. I didn't want to be around Victoria. I didn't want to like infect the rest of the apartment. So even Victoria slept on the couch for a few days. So it fucking sucked. The flu was terrible. And then when I was like finally starting to get better, on like Monday or Tuesday, I just felt so weak. I was at the gym, just walking on the treadmill for like an hour, just trying to sweat everything out.
I wouldn't have gone to the gym. That's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, I wasn't like sick. I didn't have a fever. Like I didn't go to infect people, and I didn't.
No,
lift.
not that.
I couldn't
Just
lift a thing, dude. It took every
Yeah.
fucking ounce of strength I had to like fucking walk to the gym. So yeah, the flu sucked, but I apologize for missing 2 weekends in a row. Great pod episodes. I wish I had more of an update, like in between Boston and the flu. I didn't really do too much. I saw Send Help. I know you guys reviewed that one of the weeks I wasn't here. I really liked Send Help. Fucking awesome. So much fun. Really awesome Sam Raimi isms in this movie. Just the way he moves the camera, the way he shoots a flick is just awesome. It's a good movie. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. Just like a really enjoyable theater experience. This was so much fun to watch with a couple of my friends, like just watching them who aren't like too into like Sam Raimi. They've never seen the Evil Dead movie, so they kind of don't know what to expect. So watching them watch this movie was fucking hilarious. Victoria's birthday was on now 2 Wednesdays ago. Or no, when the fuck was Victoria's birthday? What's today's date?
It wasn't like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, it was 2 Wednesdays ago. I'm forgetting what week we're in. But we were chilling. That was kind of like the first day of my flu coming on. So we went out to dinner, relaxed, came home, passed out, and then Thursday I woke up feeling like dog shit. But yeah, that's it. I wish I had more of an update like in between Boston and the flu, but I didn't do much. Been checking some stuff off my watch list. Where did I end off? I think I talked about Encounters. Yeah, checked off some Werner Herzog documentaries. I watched Lessons of Darkness, which Seth, I saw you watched recently. Just an insane experience, man. The way he shoots like catastrophe and
It's
like
unbelievable. Yeah.
Like I don't want to sound disrespectful, but like he shoots these insane catastrophes, and for some reason I feel inspired. Like the way the music moves, the way he's narrating, it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I had watched The Fire Within a couple of months ago, and the same thing. Like this is about like The Fire Within is like archival footage of these volcano explorers or whatever you call them, volcanologists. And again, like volcanoes are just such insane, beautiful wonders, but they're so like, destructive. But like the way he's shooting them, the way he's talking about them, it's just it's so like, it's like weirdly calming. Like it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Same thing with Encounters at the End of the World. I'm sure you guys have seen that fucking penguin clip all over TikTok. That's from that Encounters at the End of the World documentary. Also brilliant. Just that's the one all about Antarctica. The people that are in Antarctica, the exploration of Antarctica, the wildlife of Antarctica. It's brilliant. It's really fucking beautiful. A lot of people are telling me that my next Werner project should be the Grizzly Man. Seth, I know that's like your favorite thing ever.
My favorite documentary of all time, I think.
Yeah, so I certainly need to get that off my watch list.
Wait, was the Antarctica one Encounters at the End of the World? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Yes, the one with the penguin.
Yeah, the depressed penguin.
Yeah. That one's fucking incredible. Which also, what's crazy is that documentary is like what, like an hour and a half, maybe hour 45 minutes. That penguin shit is 30 seconds. I watched that whole documentary thinking half of it was going to be about this penguin. It was like a minute, maybe, but really good watch. I watched the making of The Fellowship of the Ring. I've been watching a lot of like making of documentaries recently. I think they're just a lot of fun. There's this one directed by Costa Boats. He directed a trilogy, like Making of Two Towers and then Making of Return of the King. So I want to watch the two of them. But it's fucking dude. Some of these making of, and I said this in my Letterboxd review, and this especially rings true with the Fellowship of the Ring. And then I watched the making of Curse of the Black Pearl right behind me. And both of these making of documentaries, the way they talk about these productions, it's like, hey, this shit could collapse at any moment and this production is fucked. Like that's the reality of it. Like that's
how they have to make though.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars one.
There's no other way around it. Like you have to like do this insane scale. But they're literally like they've come to the terms with the fact that like, hey, we can get through 90% of this movie. If this production fails, no one will ever see this fucking movie. But then on the other hand, it's also like the way they talk with such confidence. It's like, if this does work, we know we have one of the greatest spectacles on our hands. It's like it's so fucking crazy. Like
that's how they be talking in the Electric State documentary as well.
Doubt it. I watched the Social Network making of and like going from the Fellowship of the Ring to the Social Network one. It's so crazy because like on the Fellowship of the Ring and like some of the Curse of the Black Pearl, it's chaos. It's chaos. It's insane. And then you look at then you watch it's called How Did They Ever Make a Movie About Facebook? And then you watch like David Fincher putting together the Social Network, and it's like the most methodical, meticulous production ever. Obviously, there are things that happen that like deter organization. But like when you compare like the production of the Fellowship of the Ring to like something like a Social Network, it's fucking crazy, man. But the making of documentaries are awesome. I've put all the ones I've watched in the Letterboxd list. If anyone wants to go check them out, it's not a lot. I posted a TikTok video about this the other day. A couple of like big releases that a lot of people are surprised I've never seen. Dog Day Afternoon, The King of Comedy, and Fargo. Yeah, all three bangers.
You've never seen Fargo?
That is surprising. I thought you'd seen the show. Have you seen the show?
No, never seen it.
Well, there you go. You should watch the show.
I need to watch the show. Everyone keeps telling me to watch the show. Dog Day Afternoon, brilliant, fucking brilliant. Al Pacino's doing some insane all-time great work. I'm going to see the play performance of it with John Bernthal and Ebon Moss-Bachrach in March. So I'm really fucking excited about that. So that was the reason why I watched Dog Day.
I didn't even know it was a thing. That's kind of
cool. King of Comedy, brilliant. One of De Niro's best, probably. I don't want to say anything too rash. Probably top.
It's my favorite performance of his.
I think
I was going Scorsese film. I was going Scorsese film. It's probably my second favorite performance of De Niro's.
Behind
Taxi Driver will just always be my favorite. But yeah, it's probably. I mean, I'm looking at this. I think the only Scorsese films I would certainly take over King of Comedy is After Hours, Silence, Wolf of Wall Street, and Taxi Driver. Then you have like the King of Comedy, Goodfellas, Departed, Shutter Island tier of films. But Scorsese's got such an insane filmography, man. It's so disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. And then Fargo's great. Fargo was fucking brilliant, man. I was so cozy watching this movie, which is crazy because it's so violent. It's so horrific, the things that happen across this movie. But like I said in my Letterboxd review, it's the way Joel Cohen treats this violence with just like, hey, this shit happens. Like this shit happens, and unfortunately, where it happens, this is the norm, and this is how they react to instances like this.
They all sound like Tyler's friends too.
Dog, the Minnesota accents were killing it.
They're crazy. It's so exaggerated. It's foiled.
Victoria and I were geeking watching this movie with all the yas. That shit was so funny. What else have I watched? I've watched a couple of things. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. We'll talk about Wuthering Heights. We'll talk about. I watched this movie called Dead Men's Letters. It's this old Soviet film about a nuclear holocaust. So, Seth, the reason I watched it actually is because the director, I'm going to butcher this name, Konstantin Lapushansky. He's the director of the film. He was the assistant director on Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker. So that's kind of what caught my eye. But this is an old Soviet film following.
Poster is crazy.
Yeah, poster's insane. Poster's frightening. Poster's what sold me, man. I know don't judge a book by its cover, but I saw that poster and I was like, this movie probably fucking bangs. But it's about civilization after a nuclear apocalypse, and it's way more about how do these people find hope? You know, how do you move on with your life when you're secluded to a bunker with, no promise of, whatever life may bring next in terms of like living properly. Yeah, a really bleak film. It was interesting. I think I was telling Tyler this movie is so interesting because it's so bleak and it's so depressing. But like every 10 to 15 minutes, someone would just drop like the hardest monologue about like hope and faith and this world that they live in. And it was so like inspiring is the wrong word. It's a very eye-opening documentary. Jesus Christ. It's a very eye-opening feature film. Speaking of documentaries, I watched this documentary. It was docu-fiction actually. So it's not a real documentary, but it's basically about, it's like a fake documentary about the hypothetical of nuclear war. I don't know why I'm watching so much nuclear war shit right now. But that was very interesting. That was a short 50 minutes.
Have you seen Threads yet?
No, I still haven't seen Threads. I know you've been telling me about that for a while.
Well, that's like post-nuclear war, like ideal, and it was also set in Sheffield as well.
That's in Sheffield, right? Yeah.
You should watch that.
I watched Notes on an American Film Director at Work, which is just it's not really like a making of, but it's this dude with the camera is just following around Scorsese on the production of The Departed. So pretty cool. And Yeah, a couple others not really worth talking about. Best in Show, The Ritual. I saw The Moment, the Charlie XCX movie. I don't think we're going to talk about that, but totally fine. It's no like not offensively bad as like Hurry Up Tomorrow was. That was like a little self-indulgent piece of shit. I think there's much more of a respectable narrative in The Moment, and a little annoying just with the way it's like a very like techno-based film, I guess. So just a little annoying and in your face, like the flashing and the lights. But it's definitely a better experience than I expected. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've been watching. Victoria and I started watching Love Story, the JFK Jr. TV show yesterday. We only got one episode in. But while I was watching this episode, I was like listening to the score, and I was like, I know that piano riff, man. Like I know who that is. And it's Bryce Dessner. He's doing the score for this, and he's got like between We Live in Time, Train Dreams, and now watching Love Story. Like this man loves like the do 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 do. He loves like his little like melodic piano. It's beautiful. But yeah, that's it. That's what I've been watching. Not really up to much. Coming up on Austin for the South by Southwest, which I'm really excited about. Tyler and I organized our schedule this week. We have to pick those movies on Thursday. Yeah, okay, that's coming up. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've been doing.
Nice. Kind of the same. Not done too much. Was went to like an all-you-can-eat sushi place in the center on Friday with Anna, and then went to. It was fucking bro. I think I told you about it. It's the same one I've been to. Like we've been to so many times, but it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. Because like all you can eat places, sometimes they're like the food's really shit quality. It's really like high standard sushi as well. So loved it. Went for dinner and drinks last night with my friend and my other friend, his partner, who are actually going to Austin soon, Tyler. So we were telling him about kind of Austin and recommending places that we went to. Specifically, George, that Mexican taco place that we went to, the organic.
Oh yeah, that breakfast taco place.
Their hotel is literally right next to it.
Oh yeah, then they have to.
So we recommend.
Got to get some beef fast tacos.
True. So yeah, we were talking about Austin stuff. Was in London on last week. Watched Good Luck Have Thunder Die, which obviously me and George will speak about, and then saw some friends, and then went to like a Sky networking event, which was fine. Cool. And then this week I'm going to London for like a BAFTA quiz night thing. So it's like it's hosted by Ali Plum. I don't know if you guys like know him. He's like kind of like in popularity, I'd call him like the Kevin McCarthy of the UK in terms of like, interviewers. He's a really nice guy actually. He's like hosting like a quiz night, and then like, a bunch of creators from the UK going like Josiah and Eki and blah blah blah. So that should be fun. And then I'm going away in 2 weeks, I think. So that should be cool. I look forward to that. While I'm watching, not a crazy amount. Tyler, I can't believe I forgot to reply to this. You've seen Death Note?
Yeah, seen Death Note.
Why have you seen Death Note?
Riley showed it to me years ago. I really like it. It goes on too long.
The show,
but the show we're talking about.
Not the film.
I think the show's fantastic. I think it goes on too long, though. I think I lose interest in the final like 7 episodes.
So
I think it's a fantastic show.
Episode like 15 or 16, so about like almost halfway through.
I think there's like 27 total or something.
And it's 37.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like
then definitely, I lost interest by the end for sure. But overall, I really loved it.
Like hits like a little lull.
Yeah.
So I'll obviously let you know. But right now, as to where I'm at right now, I'm loving it. I think it's so good. And the episodes like, if you don't include the intro and the outro, they're like 16, 17 minutes long.
Yeah, they're
each
quick.
one. So it's really, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's wicked. It's eccentric. It's surreal. It's like the just the embodiment of horror. I actually like Death Note the film. Weird one because I haven't seen that. I never liked the film, but I always like the concept. So I think seeing in this kind of drawn out manner is really, really cool. So I'm really enjoyed that. Watching Better Call Saul with Anna, obviously not as much she'd been away work wise. Watched Wuthering Heights, which obviously me and George we've got rewatched Lost Highway for the first time this year. Watched a John Ford this week with A Long Voyage Home, and then like George said, watched Lessons of Darkness. and rewatched In the Mouth of Madness as well, which has now been raised to a 5-star. What a film, man! What a film.
Someone commented on that Letterboxd log of yours and goes 5-star merchant. And then I was looking at your Letterboxd. I was like, this man does not give that many 5 stars.
Did they? I didn't even see that. Fuck hell, man, that's crazy.
5-star merchant. That's such a funny burn to give someone.
5-star.
Yeah.
Like, 5-star.
Like, God forbid I'd be liking films.
Yeah, sorry. I think it took me 4 watches, but it's now 5-star for me. So fucking you know what, George? I'm actually gonna say it might be my favorite JC now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Above the Thing as well.
Yeah, there's no way.
Fuck it. Nah, that shit does crazy.
Not even above Halloween.
Oh no, Halloween's like 4th for me.
Shit's barely above Escape from New York for me.
Yeah, but you say that like it's an insult. Escape from New York fucking bangs.
I know,
Always,
Escape from New York
fucking
bangs.
bang.
I'm just saying.
He's the master of the 4-star. Like that's just what we're dealing with right now. But yeah, we'll move on. That's kind of it for me this week. To I guess we'll start with probably the bigger release of the week. Obviously, Wuthering Heights. I think we'll kick it off there. So, Tyler and Cam will text you in like a while because I think we're gonna do
in like 10 minutes. That's it. That's all I need.
No, because we'll do both films.
Let me wax lyrical about this bullshit.
No,
oh yeah, we got
both
2
films.
films to review.
Two
Shit,
films.
okay. And I really
let me read the synopsis quickly. I do want to preface for everyone listening. Me and George have not read the book. So we'll be going into this. It's take our review as not a review of the adaptation and how faithful it is. However, I do have a few notes from Anna that I want to read because she loves the book.
Okay.
And I think Victoria's read the book as well. No,
Victoria's read the book. She wasn't the biggest fan of the book, so it didn't impact her like viewing experience.
That's interesting.
Victoria, honestly, Victoria might be the only person I know that's read the book and didn't absolutely fucking hate the movie. Everyone that I know that has read the book and watched the movie has fucking hated the movie.
Apart from Anna.
She hated the movie. She gave like a 2-star.
No, 2.5. She was like,
okay, all right.
It's average. No, it's average. But she she loved the book. Like she loved the book. She gave it like a 4.5 or something on Goodreads or whatever.
Okay.
Just give you a quick, really short synopsis. Tragedy strikes when Heathcliff falls in love with Catherine Earnshaw, a woman from a wealthy family in 18th century England. Obviously, goes without saying, an adaptation of Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights novel, of course. One of the best, apparently the best novels of all time. Obviously, a classic.
Yeah, not that we would know.
Not that we would know. Sure. George, hit me with your thoughts.
All right, where do we start? Let me start with the positives because. Like I did post a TikTok video about this, and I do think there are some positives to take away from this film.
Yeah.
One, I've had the soundtrack on repeat since it dropped 2 days ago. I think the soundtrack is really, really good. I think Charlie XCX is doing some incredible things. Chains of Love, Altars. I don't think these are just good Wuthering Heights songs. I would argue these as being 2 of Charlie's best songs ever. I don't think they are that good. I think the soundtrack, I don't know if there's ever been a movie where the difference in quality between the soundtrack and the actual movie is further. Like
I'd say visuals for me. That would be like my example.
Visuals as well. That's my second positive is Linus Sandgren, which as a big Dune fan, this makes me very excited because he is taking over Dune 3/Dune Messiah. I don't know what it's officially called yet. Taking over from Greg Fraser. So the fact that I watched Wuthering Heights, I hated the movie, but I left thinking, okay, at least the movie looked beautiful. That was big for me. And then 3, Owen Cooper. I think Owen Cooper is just a really awesome talent. Genuinely, he doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, but my favorite parts of this movie,
like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. It's like, we get like 20-25 minutes of like the 2 young kids, and then Owen Cooper, and I'm forgetting what the girl's name is, but she's really cute. I love the back and forth between the 2 of them. I love their relationship. I think those 3 aspects of the film are positives. That's what's holding up my rating to a 1.5 star as opposed to being a fucking half star. Because if I rated this movie on its okay, oh god, where do we start with the negatives? Here we go. Okay, I think this movie's so unbelievably inept. And I've been reading so many people's reviews who have read the book that have basically been saying this feels like someone who read Wuthering Heights at 14, created a fanfic story in their head, and then grew up to put a Pinterest board on a screen, and there's your Wuthering Heights movie.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so inept and so childish. It's a movie that parades around like freakiness, and it's really
it's not
just
even
not
fucking, like,
it's not
at
that
all.
movie. No, it's not that movie. This feels like a movie for people that just, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't want to risk saying anything disrespectful.
I was going to
about
say something, but I feel
some
like
of the people that,
yeah, it feels like a film that's aimed for
people who are not sexually active.
or
That's yeah.
people
I think
who-
this movie is very easy to parade around like freaky, like, oh, a lord, he's putting his finger in Margot Robbie's mouth. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's as
Or just-
erotic as
or
this
just
movie.
young people, like teens.
Yeah,
Like it's built out like it's not like a YA novel kind of thing.
yeah.
Or like you just said, people who just lack general experience and
Yeah.
or people who are
Yeah.
people who grew up what's the word? What am I trying to say? People who grew up sheltered, I guess, live a sheltered life, and they've kind of bridge out into the world, and that's kind of what it is.
And this is like the freakiest thing, because the movie opens and it kind of pump fakes you, because like there's a black screen and you hear like heavy breathing, and what the movie wants you to assume is like a headboard kind of slowly moving. So it like pump fakes you thinking that you're about to watch something freaky, and then it opens up, you're actually listening to some dude being hung, and then the rest of the movie doesn't match like that level of freakiness, you know.
Actually, I think the opening, like merging like sex and death, whatever. I think the opening actually is quite interesting on a thematic level. And I was like, oh, hang on, if they progress this a little bit,
it laid the groundwork for something like that could have been genuinely interesting, like
yeah, for
conflating
sure.
sex with death and stuff like that. And it's just that's just not what happened, man. Like the rest of the movie was just such a the biggest offense of this movie is just how fucking boring it is. Like, I could not believe how stale this movie was, outside of its visual appearance and its visual language and the occasional incredible Charlie XCX needle drop. I could not believe how many scenes just felt so stale, so poorly written in such an elementary way, that this feels like a movie that Emerald Fennell found like some random Reddit post of like what fanfic story of Wuthering Heights they wanted, and then she just put that to screen. Like everything just felt so childish, everything just felt so elementary. No part of this movie felt like it was made by a genuine adult. It just felt like it was made by someone with a very misunderstanding type of obsession of the novel. And again, I've never read the novel, but Victoria and I walked home from the theater after. It was like a half-hour walk, so she was telling me all the differences.
Yeah, same, yeah.
This movie, from what I gather, is so completely different from the novel. It's unbelievable, and I guess that makes sense. You know, Emerald Fennell, I guess, clearly has just a misinterpretation of this novel, which is fine. You know, if she made the movie she wanted to have made, then I respect her. But unfortunately, that final product is just such dog shit. Everyone's characterizations, this is what I just could not believe. So what Victoria was telling me is that the character of Heathcliff in the movie, in the book, is a piece of shit from the start to finish.
That's what honestly.
Whereas in the movie, you're kind of rooting for him for like the first hour 15.
Literally.
And then there's just a moment where, spoilers, I don't give a fuck. There's a moment where he realizes he can't have Catherine, so he marries the other girl. And then he flips a switch and just turns into a complete fucking jerk off. And I'm like, when did that switch happen? Like this movie did not
thinking the same. Like it goes from
this movie. The movie did not
quickly.
convey that sort of arc. The movie did not convey that sort of characterization flip. It just came out of nowhere, and it just fucking ruined me. Same thing with the character of Catherine. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't. From what I gather, her personality is very, very similar to that of the novel. So I guess this I can't really fault. I guess this is just something I did not fucking like. But like same thing with Catherine. Like I was rooting for her for like the first like hour 15 minutes. And then she just turns like there's this like characterization flip where she just becomes this incredibly incessantly annoying human being. And like this movie got to a point where I wasn't rooting for this romance because I hated both of our characters so much. I wasn't feeling the chemistry between Elordi and Robbie at all. Like
I don't get
like,
the casting. I don't.
I
understand the
think
casting
like again,
choices.
I've never read the novel and I'll keep reiterating that, but this just felt like such a miscast. Like it felt like a moment where they were just like, who are the two hottest actors we can find right
14
now?
viewers. Who are the
Yeah.
guy? Who are the really good looking two right now for teen viewers?
Yeah,
These are the
literally
two. Like, these are the
Elordi and
two.
Robbie. Yeah, these are the two.
I do
So
want to
it
echo
was
what
just
you
like,
said with the before we move on. You know, with the like, so again, if you have read the book, correct me if I'm wrong. Not you, but people in the comments. A lot of Wuthering Heights, and this is just based on like the limited information I know, is kind of a major thematic and a major theme in it is social class, right? You know, social ladder between the two.
Yeah.
There's obviously disjointing, and we get the one moment. Fucking George, can you put the spoilers on your end?
oh yeah, I could do it.
Just do it because I'm going to say something.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, just do your shit. Where is it? Hold on.
Tell me when it's on because I can't see it on my thing anymore.
Wait, it's not on yet. I'm struggling to find it, honestly. I
Okay, let's
forget where
go.
it is. Wait, found it.
Got it.
Spoiler. Okay, spoilers
on?
are on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Emerald Fennel lacks nuance, right? And I know you haven't. I don't think you've still not seen Saltburn, correct me if I'm wrong.
I've still not seen Saltburn.
So I think a lot of the problems in that echoed in this. Firstly, being her flimsy attempts, I said this in my review, eroticism, which I think show lack any any nuance, any subtlety, and most importantly, I think what she tries to put in is these little prodding moments. So we've got things like the eggs, you know, where who is it first? Who Margot Robbie leaves?
Margot Robbie leaves eggs first,
and it's you know that's suggestive, or like when Margot Robbie puts her finger in a fish like at the table, right? And she leaves these kind of prodding moments in, and for me, they just like any nuance, and they're designed as a product for you to talk about after or tweet about, right?
Yeah.
They're there for social reactions, and within Wuthering Heights, a main thematic, according to what I know, is social class, right? Social laddering, injustice, social class, which is failed to be presented at all, other than maybe one specific moment, and that moment is explicitly told, right? So it's the moment in which she's speaking to Nellie, Hong Chao's character, and she's like, what does she say? She says something like she can't marry under, like it would be
degrading.
Degrading, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the only thing, and then it completely switches, and we don't really see that anymore. We only know when he returns from being away for, I think it's like 5 years or whatever, he is like a man of, I guess you could say, like a man of nobility.
He's like stoic man of nobility, and then
stoic
after that,
you know, looks a lot better.
After that, the only other moment of like, okay, there's a clear differential between classes here is when when Catherine goes back to visit her dad.
And that's it's like, which I do think, by the way, presentation wise, and again, this isn't just a Linus thing, who I think, like you said, a lot, like the set pieces are so textured. There's one moment, right? I don't know if you remember it. There's one shot in the actual, you know, the main manor, the main house, whatever, in Wuthering Heights, where her husband, I can't remember what his name is, like her actual husband.
Yes.
He's like standing in like a green suit, and behind him is like a green wall, like a green textured wall. Yeah. And then it shows Margot Robbie wearing that pink dress through the hallway. There are several sequences like that, especially like hallway sequence, that are A, lit so well, B, colored, like graded so well, and C, the compositions are just like perfect. But the problem is it just conceals like this emptiness, this nothingness, because I don't feel, I said in my review, I don't understand how something that looks so good can make me feel so little. And you know, we've said this before. I generally think the term style of substance, whatever, doesn't exist, because I think that it's a visual medium, style is substance. But this is the only one where I'm like, I don't
absolutely. It's just every image is weightless. Every shot feels weightless. Like there's just nothing behind the presentation of this movie. Like there genuinely isn't. Like it's parade. This Emerald Fennell is just parading around vibrant colors and some okay production design here and there, and some outfits that she knows people will obsess over. She's parading around like this false advertise of a film that should have been freakier. I don't know. It just feels like such a movie. Like you said, I think this is a perfect example of a movie that is just going to be so easy to like farm for clicks with on social
Which
media. Like,
result
oh,
massively as well.
I'm already like when this movie hits digital, I know like the screenshot. There's going to be a screenshot of the scene in the attic where Elordi puts his hand over Robbie's eyes and mouth, and you know that's going to be a viral image. There's obviously going to be the viral image of like the eggs in the bed and Robbie like putting her hand through all of it. Like that's what this movie feels like. It just feels like, I don't know. It feels like fan fiction in the worst derogatory way possible.
The final, like some of the final sequences, obviously, when we go into like again the toxic approaches between the two, is that, you know, clash between like nature and cruelty and dominating like dominating within love and whatever. It's done in such a way where it's like, for example, the like dog sequence, right, where Elordi's kind of mistreating in order to get the attention from the family.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Well, that's the thing. It's like you can include things that are of a either fetishized or erotic or whatever, or cruel approach, but it just goes from such a moment of his play, and it just shifts in this manner which removes any nuance. It's just like, here's what's happening right now.
It's just like, it's like this concept of like, you know, degrading sexual fantasies. Just, it came out of fucking nowhere. Because like prior to all of that, like the dog shit, like Robbie and Catherine and Heathcliff were like the sex they were having was just, it was normal. Like there was nothing degrading about their sexual like experience with each other. And then there was just like a flip where like degrading sex became like this huge theme of this movie. And I was like, where the fuck did that come from? Like when
I get it. It's like the whole thing is like, you know, it's the cruelty between them and like the consequences of that. Obviously, what happens to Margot Robbie when she, you know, dies at the end. I get why it's there, and I think according to Anna, like it's actually a lot of it is like a lot worse in the books. But the thing is, in the books, in the book, but it's scripted in the book where it's a progressive thing, and a lot of it is not just like classism. Again, this is Anna, I haven't read it. Is also like racial injustice, class injustice. Obviously, with Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, you can't really do, you know, racial injustice as much. I think with the production, like you were saying as well, I do like the disparity and the differences between the look of the main house, and then when you go, like you said, when you go back to Margot Robbie's like dad, the dad house is like an hell. I don't know about you, by the way, but when she goes back to her dad's house for his birthday and she hasn't seen him in ages, that guy scared me at first. He looked fucking crazy.
He looked terrible.
Like he looked terrifying. So I do like those moments because I think it really shows the thumbs of it. And one thing Anna said as well, which I just want to point out, in the book, you know, like the moors and the fields and the vast landscapes, like in the books, it's kind of like a contextualized as a character, so it feels a lot more like when someone's out there, you know, like when Heathcliff leaves and Margot Robbie's out there, like, you know, Catherine's trying to look for him. It feels kind of a lot more isolating and it feels a lot more vast. I don't think they use that very well in like horror, you know, like through the fog and stuff like that, and they see it and whatever. It's a lot creepier and quieter and isolating.
So much fucking fog in this movie, dog. How many times is someone gonna aura farm in fog, bro?
That he does. I tell you what, though, he is sexy, man. Like he is.
He's a good looking man. It actually started to bother me how attractive he was. But honestly, when he
especially when he shaves, because he comes back.
Yeah, but when he started doing all the dog shit, I was like, I don't really find that attractive. Like that's kind of creeping me out. Like this, like I think my biggest takeaway from this movie is Emerald Fennell, and she's trying. Like my biggest issue is that like she thinks she's a freak. She thinks she's being controversial. She thinks she's being whatever, transgressive. When in reality, she's none of that. She's very bland. The movie's very predictable, and I don't think this movie has anything to say about anything. I don't think this movie has anything insightful to say about sexual experience, class. I don't think this movie has anything insightful to say about like we said earlier, conflating death with sex. Like this movie's just doing nothing. This movie is
It just prods a few moments in there to be like, the young people will speak about this afterwards.
Yeah,
that's kind of
like
cool.
I listen, every time a Charlie XCX song came on my screen, I was like, okay, kind of working. Like it's kind of, you know, it's moving the needle a little bit. And then the movie bounces back to its typical elementary fucking nonsense. Like there are some movies, here's the funny thing about film. There are certain movies that are so fucking good I can't get out of my head. But then you have movies like Wuthering Heights that are so fucking bad I cannot get out of my head.
It bothers me
like,
because I was like looking. We all said it when the trailer came out.
It's absolutely unbelievable how much I've been thinking about this movie because, like, on paper, this movie has all the ingredients, right? You know, you have Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. You have your two incredibly attractive lead actors. You have Charlie XCX doing the soundtrack. You have Linus Sandgren on the cinematography. You know, you have Emerald Fennell in the director's chair, which I've never seen Saltburn, but I do like Promising Young Woman.
I haven't seen Promising Young Woman.
You have one of the most acclaimed novels, one of the most acclaimed romance stories of all time. On paper, this movie should have worked, and it didn't. It fucking didn't, and it sucks because I was genuinely excited for like the next great romance, you know, in the same vein as like I don't even know what's like a very big period piece romance.
Like Pride and Prejudice, but
Pride and Prejudice, yes.
Yeah, but
like that's what I was hoping for, and that's not the end product of what we got.
I'm keen for you to watch when you can. I know you haven't watched it yet, but I think
I will never watch Saltburn.
Okay, great. Well, I think how Emerald Fennell approaches eroticism in this is literally identical to Saltburn. However, but worse because at least Saltburn is a little bit more provocative. I don't think this offers anything in terms of like actual meaningful provocation, like at all.
Nothing.
You know.
Nothing.
But I will say I didn't probably hate it as much as you because I do think it started okay, progressively got worse by the end. I was out.
Yeah.
Looked great as we've already said. I think it looked amazing. But what I will say, 2 hours 15 minutes, a fucking long 2 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah,
like it felt very, very long to me.
Like, I was getting antsy in my seat. The woman next to me, dude, these two women next to me.
How busy was your theater, by the way?
Packed.
I go to a quiet cinema. I'm not joking. The busiest I've ever seen it by far.
No, packed. All the girlies were out for this one. But these two women next to me, funny story. They came in late. They came in like 10 minutes late. And they had like this container of street food, which is just like chicken, rice, vegetables. So it smelled insane.
That's kind of crazy.
Okay. Once they finished their meal, which took them like an hour, they fell asleep and they were out for the rest of the movie.
How old were they?
They were, dude, they could not have been that old. Maybe like 30, 35.
Like I thought you meant like an old couple.
No, they had to have been like around my age, maybe a little bit older. But like, yeah, I was getting antsy in that theater. That was a really long, painful experience. I have nothing else to say.
I might drop my rating, honestly. You know, I don't like when I'm speaking about this.
Yeah, I might drop my rating, and I'm already at a 1.5. But the more I think about this movie, the more I talk about this movie, the more I'm so flabbergasted by how much of a piece of shit the final product was.
Yeah, it's a shame because I was quite looking forward to it, to be honest. When the trailer.
Yeah.
So
let's move on to a good review,
two for me, 1.5 for George,
1.5 for me,
and we'll move on to, in our opinion, the better of this week's releases. Gore Verbinski back on the big screen in the first time in 10 years with Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I will say, don't like the title much. I think it's kind of.
I love the title, dog.
I like the inclusion of the title in the film, but I don't like saying the title. It's just long. The inclusion is good though. So
yeah.
Synopsis quickly: a man claiming to be from the future takes the patrons of an iconic Los Angeles diner hostage in search of unlikely recruits. Fucking hell! I've just emphasized the wrong. Let me just do that again. Okay, my brain didn't work. A man claiming to be from the future takes the patrons of an iconic Los Angeles diner hostage. I cannot speak today.
Do you need help right now?
A man claiming to be from the future takes the patrons of an iconic Los Angeles diner hostage in search of unlikely recruits in a quest to save the world. Right. Let me. There we go. Yeah. Gore Verbinski directed, starring the likes of Sam Rockwell, Haley Richardson, Michael Pena, Zazie Beetz, and Judo Temple. When did you watch this? I saw it on. I think I saw it on Monday.
Last Saturday.
Okay. So do you want to go first?
Yeah,
just like
go.
same what we did last time.
Yeah, this was great. This was really fun. Where to start? Sam Rockwell is where I want to start. I mean, this man,
So much fun, man.
dude, like I was like genuinely like looking through his filmography, and he's had some phenomenal performances. You know,
I think he's great
won
in
the
everything he's in, to be honest.
He's great in everything he does. He's won the Oscar for 3 Billboards. I think if you've seen Moon, he was incredible. I think he's hilarious in Vice. I know that's a more divisive film, but I think he's hilarious as George Bush. Seven Psychopaths, I think he's great in. I think this might be my favorite of his performances. I think this is just so geared towards who Sam Rockwell is as a person, just so eccentric, so funny, so kooky. And I loved it. I loved every time he was on screen. I was just like, this is fucking awesome, man. Like, he's so good as this like man who appears homeless but is really from the future. Yeah, I loved him. I had a great time. I think the supporting cast is also just really great. I think everyone kind of plays off of each other incredibly. Haley Lou Richardson, Zazie Beetz, Judo Temple, I think is great. Michael Pena, I think, is good for what he has to do. But yeah, I love the movie. I love the post-apocalyptic aesthetic. I like this little journey they're on. I like that it's more of like a, hey, we have to get from point A, the diner, to point B, this place. And I like that it's like, I've done this 117 times. Sometimes we die immediately. Sometimes we make it to, you know, the final 5 miles, whatever. I love that. I love that they're trying to like piece together this puzzle on how to get to where they need to go. And I think it's just so much fun. It's so chaotic. It's so batshit fucking crazy. The flashbacks were so interesting, kind of like taking us back before the events of the diner, showing us how everyone gets to the diner, like what's going on in their life. The Juno Temple one.
I was gonna say, which was your like, which do you think was the best one?
I think.
Have you got spoilers on right now?
Yeah, spoilers are still on.
Okay, yeah, leave them on.
Let's just keep the spoilers on. Yeah, the Juno Temple one with the school shooting, very tragic, but like, I couldn't help but laugh, man. Like it's so fucked.
When
like,
she meets the guy at the party and he's like, "Oh, we just tried again. We just did."
Yeah, this is like our he's like, this is our 7th time, and now he's not even our son. We're just fucking around with.
We just made him like really big.
I was like dog, what the? Yeah, they're like, yeah, we made him tall, like really tall. And then even when Juno Temple is at like that warehouse and she's sitting across from that guy
who's like designing him or whatever.
Yeah, the guy's like, well, how would you describe his personality in one word? Like stuff like that. And the guy's like,
clumsy. He's like, are you sure you want to go with clumsy?
He's like, we'll go with athletic or something. Like he's into sports. And I was like, this is so fucking funny.
Because then when she gets, not to go, last thing I want to say, because when she gets him, he's like eating and they're just like, I'm going to play sports. And then he just leaves.
He's like, I'm going to play sports. Thank you for your service. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
And then he just busts out the ad about the iced tea every like 5 minutes and stuff.
Like, oh my God.
I love that. Sorry. When he's like, you can pay extra for the adless version. It's like, that is so. We'll go on to the like, it's very boomer, the commentary in this, a lot of it, but a lot of it does work, and it's funny and it's poignant as well.
Well, people keep. After I watched the movie, I obviously like sifted through a couple of Letterboxd reviews, and a lot of people are like, a lot of the Letterboxd reviews were basically saying like, I don't like that people are chalking this movie up to old man yelling at clouds, but like I don't mean that in a derogatory way when I say like, I think that's kind of the case in this movie. Like, I think that's what's going on in this movie. It's like, the movie, I think, does a really good job at showing us why an old man would be yelling at the clouds, you know, like
especially in his field as well, being a filmmaker in the modern age. Because he's been through a couple of generations. Like I think he's made his debut in like the 90s or whatever. He's been through a couple of generations, and it's being a filmmaker in current times when it comes to. And I love the way a lot of it is literally, this is a generation, especially with the teacher sequences, fucking cooked by brain rot AI slop. And that's the, like, I love the scenes in which, you know, Michael Pena's a teacher and he walks through and they're just scrolling brain rot slop. Because even though it is man yelling at clouds commentary, it's also like fucking true. Like that is the case.
Warranted. It's warranted.
For sure.
Gore Verbinski does such a good job at being like, hey, like fuck all of this. Like, this is kind of where we're headed right now. I don't care for all of like the commentary in this movie on AI. Like, it all kind of culminates in like,
especially at the end.
It's just very like, AI is the worst of humanity, which like, awesome. I've heard it before. Like, I know, like,
Yeah.
every movie that touches on AI is saying the same thing. Like, there's nothing nuanced about like the way this film talks about AI. And it was even more jarring because I had just seen Spielberg's Artificial Intelligence. And I think that movie has some incredible commentary on AI and artificial intelligence. Whereas this one just feels so like repeated and repetitive.
It didn't feel like it earned the kind of explosion
No,
at the end. I don't think.
exactly.
And the plot twist is like,
yeah, I didn't care for like the future man being Ingrid's son. I think it added like a little bit of sentimental value to the film. I do think one thing, and this is a no-brainer when you're talking about Gore Verbinski. This man has sauce, dude.
oh, crazy.
Like, I thought the whole final sequence looked insane. Like when they walked into this kid's room and it was just a pile of wires.
Just eating.
And you had like the
he's
like, eating Cheetos.
Yeah.
You have the it's so funny when he like the kid screams and Sam Rockwell punches him
Oh,
out.
bro,
He scared me. I was
that
like,
got
bro,
me. Knocks
what
a kid
the
out.
fuck?
Just
It
falls
was
off.
so
That's
fucking
crazy.
funny. But yeah, I really like this movie, man. I don't know like how much I want to spend talking about it, to be honest with you, because I kind of want to like I want a lot of people to just kind of go in as blind as possible, even though we've kind of spoiled it a little bit already. But I love this journey. The first 15 minutes of this movie are maybe my favorite 15 minutes of film in 2026 so far.
It's a really cool setup, isn't it? Because I said this one after it does kind of like the weapons approach in terms of like the chapter storytelling. So just like the path.
It's a little
where they were
for
at
sure.
previously, but I think it includes, because it can be like, we've seen films where it can be done quite gimmicky, like in a gimmicky way, but I think they were all well placed and gave us like a good notion as to, okay, this is why they're at where they're at. And I think jumping straight into this is kind of the objective, and almost Sam Rockwell explicitly saying that, I think worked for me. I think it was like a load of fun because I think every moment it's just interesting because it's like, okay, he's done it before, he knows this is not, like, for example, with the scout leader, when the guy just like he knows he has a gun, he runs outside and he gets shot and stuff, and almost that approaching that kind of time jump approach, the present past like sort of switcheroos approach. I think like the opening, especially, it's almost like with Wuthering Heights, but better in that I said it gets progressively worse. I do think the final act is significantly worse than the first two, is what I'll say with it. But the first two but it remains fun. Like it's a lot of, like you said,
it never loses fun. Like, I don't know. Like I was always fascinated. You know, like I mean, I was never blown away, but I was always fascinated. I was always having a fun time. I will say, I do love like the very, very ending when they realize what they had accomplished didn't work, and he's back in the diner for the 118th time. No, it's very bleak.
So fucking.
It's like
what's going to happen in the world. Yeah, this is fucked. There's no optimism. There's no happy. I was worried it was going to be like there's no
happy ending. Yeah, it kind of pushes a happy ending down your throat a little bit, and then
massively,
Haley Lou Richardson character realizes like, wait a second, like there's a giant fucking cat here. Like we did not win, and then it immediately cuts back to the diner. Cuts back to the diner
in the ambulance, cuts back to the diner, because I really liked her backstory as well with the guy because she's like allergic to electricity or Wi-Fi, whatever, and signals, and then she meets the pizza delivery guy. They kind of have this escapade, and they almost live free without electronics, and he suddenly
falls victim to the VR, bro.
Exactly, absorbed by this VR mechanic and absorbed by essentially brain rot and wants to live in this space. I actually really enjoyed her backstory a lot because he added a lot thematically to her character at the end, especially.
Yeah, I like it, but I love the ending. I love he walks back in the diner. He's like, "Here we go, 118th time. Let's fucking do it." And he just immediately
starts again,
down.
Doesn't it? It goes from the start and then it just ends exactly how it started. And it's like, okay, there is no end to this. This could go on forever, and this is how we're progressing in society. This is what it's going to come down to. It's Juno Temple, by the way. I think I haven't seen it. I haven't seen her in something in a minute, man. Like,
no, I haven't seen her in anything outside. Like,
really liked her
in a while. Yeah,
I actually like. I think it's just the group. It's just a cool group of people,
it was a fun collection of like 7 people.
Like just a fun collection of fellas. And I really like the scene as well in which they're about to, two scenes. When they're about to get to the house of the kid, like the AI mastermind, right?
Yeah.
The guy who has like the pig nose is following them. And Josh Schumer is like telling him, "Oh, we'll go and get fucking what's it, donuts or whatever."
Yeah.
But when they go into the actual kid's house and it be that, obviously the whole thing's very meta, and the actual kid's house is a facade.
It's like a lair. Yeah, it's like those
And he
aren't really
shoots
his
the fucking dad with
parents.
the shotgun and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like a house inside of a house inside of a house. Like I like that a lot. I think it's just silly, and it's very Gore Verbinski. Like it's not to compare it to like World's End. It's quite nonsensical, like World's End, but it's very like explosive and full of sauce, like you said. Like he is just showing his technical prowess in this to a T for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No. I mean, 3.5 for me. Nothing that like genuinely blew me away. But I had a great time with this movie. Genuinely, I'm a little honestly. I wish I might still go back and see it in theaters while it's still there because I kind of do want to see it on the big screen.
Wait, you didn't see it on the big screen?
No, I got sent a screener, so I just watched it on my TV.
Oh, did you have a fucking email on it?
It came up like every 20 minutes. It just said movies and stuff 14, and then it was there for like 2 seconds. Yeah,
I would suggest like because the big screen, especially, like it was really appreciated. It's Gore Verbinski, man. You gotta watch it on the big screen as well. You know?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, 3.5 for me, 3.5 for George. Let me text. Those guys. Where does it rank in your year?
In my year, probably 2.
2 behind the Bone Temple. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2.
Yes.
What else has come out? I don't even know what I've seen this year.
Well, Wuthering Heights is second last, and then Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is second best. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, 2, because it would be Bone Temple, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, then Send Help, then The Rip, then The Moment.
I still haven't seen Send Help. I need to get on that ASAP.
Yeah, Send Help was great. Send Help was a ton of fun.
Oh, so in conclusion, Tyler, don't watch Wuthering Heights, but watch Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. There you go.
I'll probably be watching both of them eventually, but
no way.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
We'll move on to. Is Cam here? No.
he'll be back.
Okay, we'll move on to the trailers in this week. Obviously, there was a few of them which we alluded to earlier that we're going to go and touch on. I do just quickly. I know you guys aren't gamers. I just want to quickly touch on 2 of the gaming trailers from the State of Play, which was the PlayStation 1. However, George, did you see that John Wick fucking game, man?
Dude, everyone was talking about that shit. Everyone. That was blowing up my Twitter feed.
How has there not been like a John Wick game like that already, though? It's a lot of John Wick films are played out like levels. It should be a John Wick game. So I'm excited for this.
I don't know.
Did you, Cam, did you see the Star Wars racing game trailer?
Yeah, I did. Ben Quadraneros is fucking back.
We got to play that, Cam.
That's such a funny tweet, man. Yeah, I did see that. It looks good. Looks fun.
It looks fun. I'll probably play it for sure. I think one of the major trailers this week that got a lot of interaction was the Spider-Man Noir trailer. Obviously, they released the black and white and then the color. Who the fuck wants to watch the color? I don't know why you'd want to watch that.
Yeah, we love a gimmick, man. We love a gimmick.
On Spider-Man Noir.
Huh?
Thoughts on the trailer?
It looks awesome, man. It's
Yeah,
Nick Cage being a goof. What's nothing better than Nick Cage being a goof, and it just looks
web
like
swinging. We got some web swinging as well.
Yeah, we got some awesome web swinging. It looks like they're calling him the Spider. Love when they like change the name up just ever so slightly. And I'm almost so certain I will watch this in both black and white and color because again, I love a gimmick. You know, maybe there's some Easter eggs that I don't catch in the first watch. But
I love the interview. Like Nick Cage dropped such a great line when they an interviewer's like, "So are you like a part of the MCU now?" And he's like, "I'm Nick Cage. I don't need to be in the MCU."
Oh yeah, he needs to be in the DCU as old Superman.
True, he is in that
was
one.
That was a flash.
He was in the DCEU.
When does Spider-Man Noir release?
It doesn't have a date, I don't think. I think Prime Video's got a crazy slop lineup this year. It's Invincible is March, The Boys is May.
May 27th.
Yeah, May 27th, Spider-Man Noir, yeah.
Oh, so maybe they're like are Invincible and The Boys at the same time? Are those both March?
Well, Invincible's like March 5th, 14th.
That's crazy.
Also, Daredevil's going to overlap for like a couple episodes.
Well, I'm just talking.
I think
2-episode premiere April 8th. So basically, Invincible like ends, and then The Boys releases, and then The Boys ends, and Spider-Man Noir releases, and Prime Video is just rolling that shit out.
Yeah.
not saying I'm pro Prime, but yeah, shout out that lineup. I think that's crazy. But Spider-Man Noir looks so fun, man.
I think we'll all watch
fun.
it. I assume we'll probably do a video on it. I'm pretty excited for it. It looks fun.
Yeah, it looks great.
We get up the thing. Oh, I mean, the one I said earlier, which I think for us is one of the major ones, was the trailer for The Adventures of Cliff Booth, directed by David Fincher, obviously written by Tarantino, being a follow-on from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm
Looks
like,
lame, man. Looks so.
I hated the trailer so much. I can't put into words how much I hated that
I
trailer.
didn't hate the trailer, but I also watch it and I'm like, I feel nothing right now, which funny enough is what me and George were just saying about Wuthering Heights. That's kind of the vibe. I watch it and I'm like, I don't care. I'll watch it when it releases because it's a Fincher Tarantino collab, and
I'll watch it. And I'm so excited for it.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But,
is it even a Fincher Tarantino collab though? Like, I don't think
Tarantino wrote the script.
He wrote it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Wow.
And he was also apparently like he was literally on a director's chair throughout filming the whole time. He was there the whole time. So I'm sure he had a lot of input in terms of the.
I mean, I guess that's maybe something. I thought it was just they were making this to get a bag off the one Once Upon a Time in Hollywood like IP, but I don't know. This just
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood IP isn't like we were speaking about. It wasn't one of Tarantino's most successful films.
Yeah, but I think it's got a lot of good history. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like anytime you can make something based on something else's IP, you'll get a little bit more views than you probably would at an original.
Can you not just imagine like Tarantino being on set for this film though, and because it's like his baby, him just talking over David Fincher and be like, "No, I think we should do that."
Probably did.
I bet you did that the whole time. But I'm at a stage where I'll definitely watch it, and we'll all watch it here because I think all of us really, really like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think me and Tyler, it's our favorite Tarantino. I think so. We'll definitely be watching it for sure. But right now I'm just like whatever. Project Hail Mary, the final trailer as well.
Looks
good.
Looks good.
Yeah. Greg Fraser cooking that shit again.
Cooking.
I'm excited for sure. Minions 3. Anyone care about Minions?
They fucking killed Stuart, Dave, and Kevin. I can't believe it. Why are we doing Minions without them? What's the point?
Yeah,
they recast the Minions. What's woken nonsense?
What is the point anymore?
I don't fully get that. Like I really just from a general like creative stance, I don't understand that plan to get new Minions. Not that necessarily like people are drawn to Stuart, Kevin, and Bob. Right? Is who it is.
I feel like people are drawn to them, to be honest.
But I just like, what's the point? It's not like it's actors. It's not like the animation was lost. Like I don't fully understand that one. Maybe to sell more toys, like new Minions, but all the Minions look the fucking
they sell
same.
well anyway.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I can't imagine you're making that much more money by adding Tim, Steve, and Mike, or whoever these new Minions are. Like I don't really get this one. But Minions versus Minions and monsters. I don't know. We'll see how it is. It's probably not.
I'll definitely not watch it anyway. Final trailer. I don't know if anyone watched this. It was a Young Sherlock. It's Guy Ritchie's new like Sherlock film. Anyone watch this?
Guy Ritchie's just never ever.
I just don't care about Guy Ritchie. I don't care. I haven't seen any of Guy Ritchie's last like 5 films. I just don't care.
They're all the same movie, I swear. Like
they are.
Yeah.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. What was that one that he just had with Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre, or whatever? Like they're all the same.
Apparently, the Covenant was quite good though. I haven't seen it, but apparently that was like
Covenant was not good. Don't let anyone lie to you. It was not good. It was aggressively okay.
Okay. Well, is that the Jake Gyllenhaal one?
Jake Gyllenhaal one. Yeah. I haven't seen. I didn't
think it was.
When I see a Guy Ritchie release, I feel like I see a teaser, a trailer for a new Guy Ritchie film every week at this point. Like
he makes
it's
2 movies a year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's easy.
When I see a Guy Ritchie trailer, they're all the same. I know I'm trading 2 hours of my life for a 2.5 or a 3. So I know I'm not going to hate it. No, I'm not going to love it. And I don't even like Snatch, and that's everyone's favorite film of his.
Snatch, which one's that? Oh,
the Brad Pitt from like 2000 with Jason Statham. Yeah, that's like his consensus probably best movie.
It's a banger.
Yeah, I like Snatch. And then he has What other one do people like? Can't remember. Guy Ritchie.
What was the one?
Omid.
Am I bugging? Did he do Wrath of Man
Yes.
with
wait.
Statham?
Yes, he did do the Wrath of Man. Yeah. Oh, he did the Fountain of Youth last year. Frankly, I think I watched half of that.
I didn't even know he had a movie out last year.
Yeah.
I was about to say I like Sherlock
John
Holmes,
Krasinski.
but even that's just fine.
I'll admit,
The Gentleman people like, Man
I'll
from
admit,
Uncle,
I
I
did
think people
not
like.
realize he directed the live action Aladdin.
I didn't either.
No,
Again,
I didn't
not adding to his bag anything special.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I didn't hate that movie. I just did not know that's different. We'll give you that, Guy Ritchie. You got Will Smith dancing and singing about being a friend. So
Always
that's-
keeping us on our toes.
yeah, that one's different. I
Cam,
guess.
were you looking at the rundown? Did we cover all the Super Bowl trailers? I think there's a couple.
No, I didn't think we did. So Hoppers had a teaser. Actually, a lot of people got to go see Hoppers, like Duck Takes, got to go see it. And I think it's getting pretty positive reviews. Like they did like a fun like drawing of the animation style and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But I think it's getting pretty good views. It's
The teaser definitely didn't give you much to go off of. It was really quick, not a whole lot.
basically it's a conservation Pixar movie of a person getting their brain transported into a beaver. And, you know, it's going to have a lot of, I assume, deforestation, conservation, resources, like messaging in there, which is not a bad message to give to the people these days. So,
you know what gimmick I hate for trailers nowadays is, and I get, like, especially in the Super Bowl, I get it's super expensive, ad time, costs money. I hate when like a trailer's released online that's like a full trailer, and then they'll show a snippet of it during the Super Bowl or whatever and say, see the full trailer now online.
Trailer online now.
Give me the whole trailer.
bugs
I'm
me
not going to
out.
go online to watch the rest of your trailer. That's
Yeah,
your
you
one
are.
chance to see it.
you know you are.
Not
but-
for Hoppers. I'm not going to be
Yeah,
watching the
that's
Hoppers.
fair.
I didn't for any of the trailers.
That is a brutal gimmick. I'll admit, I do go online and watch them, but I think that's more just me.
But that's also you're a movie guy.
just-
If you're
yeah,
a general
movie guy. I don't
population,
know,
it's not going to be
general
like, oh,
population.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
I don't
30-second
disagree
trailer
with
was sick. I'm going to go see the full minute-long one now. Like,
There was a Scream 7 trailer, but I'm pretty sure it was the one that was released prior to the Super Bowl. I don't think we talked it, but
Yeah.
boo Scream
Yeah.
7. This is probably the worst like ran movie campaign of all time. Like they have Kalshi ads. They're obviously very much
Dude, the first trailer is like the whole fucking movie too. Like
mhm.
Oh, really?
the entire
I'll
movie.
admit,
I
think
swear to
watched
God.
20 seconds of it. I think
The
I
first movie
skipped
ever to
through.
make negative dollars.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be. I don't know if we're like putting up a stance or anything. I don't know if I'll be even.
I'll be
this.
watching it on
I'm not
F2
pro
movies.
like Scream in any way, and also there's just like a dumb like promotional bit for
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Oh,
I've always loved Scream. I don't think like Scream 2 might be the only one I don't really care for, but I really like Scream movies. Even the new gen ones I've really enjoyed. But obviously with the whole dealing
Just
of
F2
Melissa
movies.
Barrera has been awful.
movies.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch Scream 7, but it's like firing Melissa Barrera first stands, and then on top of that, like Jenna Ortega following suit. Now it's like, why are you
The
even continuing the
AI,
franchise
whatever.
at this point? Like, because
Yeah.
if you watch the Scream 6, like the ending cooks and leads you to very much like this is Melissa Barrera's time to take reins of the franchise.
And
So I
I
just
like
don't know
Scream
how-
6 as well.
I imagine it's going to have to retcon everything at the end of Scream 6 because they literally end the movie with her, spoilers for Scream 6, like looking at the mask.
Don't they pick
And that's
up
how it
on that?
ends. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
it's the most obvious
she's going to
ending
be
ever.
taking over like her
And
father.
you
And
can
I'm
wear
like,
the mask.
I don't know how you can really continue the series without her. They're going back to the bag with like Neve Campbell and like, who
Yeah.
gives a shit? And like people,
How
Scream
many-
fans are
how
super
many
excited
fucking
for
times.
I know, and like big Scream fans here, like, yeah, hell yeah, like stick to the original story. I'm like,
They'll
dude,
like
I'm a big
anything.
Scream fan,
No.
and like I don't give a shit
Everything with
about
Neve
her.
Campbell sucks
It
cock.
sucks, dude. It sucks. So
It's like, how
not
many
live with your
movies
own
do I have to
choice.
see
Where
her?
does that lead you back to me?
So
Dude,
it's
she
like-
shows up in every single new Scream movie trailer as if it's like the return of like
For
some
all the
insane
Scream fans, it is.
character.
They're like, oh my god, it's Lee
it's like
Campbell.
Andrew Garfield through a portal or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Neve Campbell's back. Like, bro, she didn't leave. She's
She's
unemployed
been
outside
back.
of the Scream
She's-
franchise.
She's
Like,
been back. She's been.
she doesn't
Is,
do
is
anything
Courtney
else.
Cox in this one?
Yes.
Nah. Is she?
Yeah, I think she is.
don't know.
Yeah, isn't she on the poster?
I think they got everyone back.
Probably is.
Who's Dewey? Who's Dewey? Is that,
Wait,
that
is-
guy back?
Is Matthew Lillard back, or am I wrong?
Dude, I don't get
Yeah,
like
Courtney.
Neve
Yeah,
Campbell-
Matthew
Matthew
Lillard's.
Lillard.
Oh wait, no, that's hold on.
He's in
I didn't watch the trailer.
Daredevil.
I think he is back. I'm sure there was.
Yeah, I mean, he's listed in the cast, but sometimes cast listings are always like messed up. Especially in
I just don't
franchises.
get it, man. I just don't get it. Like Neve Campbell, aren't you embarrassed at this point? Like, why do you still?
No, because she's sitting there with her $15 million or whatever.
But embarrassing
You know what?
$15 million.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
She doesn't give a fuck. We also got Super Mario Galaxy, but as just a teaser.
Did we get a trailer for that this week? Oh, I didn't see it.
Well, I'm talking Super Bowl trailers / teasers.
Oh, okay.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Did y'all talk that?
No, it looks shit.
No, that
though.
looks
I don't know. I got
Bad.
last week. I had a Grogu outfit on. I got Yoda pants on today. What are we doing, Star Wars?
The first 80% of that trailer looked like a bad green screened advertisement.
Yeah,
it was like, what is this? What is this product placement going to be?
Yeah,
and then it was just like the trailer. Like,
it was the actual trailer. I thought they were advertising a product.
Yeah.
But Jon Favreau like had a quote, and I love Jon Favreau. I really do. He had a quote that was like, going into this universe is like me just playing with toys as a kid. You just kind of make up stories and put things together, and it's like, yeah, we fucking know, bro. And it's just, what are we doing with my beloved Grogu?
It sounds like Emerald Fennell with Wuthering Heights. Sounds like it's just a fucking child that made a movie.
I believe it, but what are we doing? I don't get it. I don't get what we're doing with what happened to the. I watched because it got posted a bunch like after this trailer, but the first trailer for season 1 is like very dark and just kind of a mysterious like space western. What happened? What happened to the game I love? I don't know.
Commodification, baby. People love Baby Yoda, and they need to sell that product now.
That's fine. They were selling him in season 1, man. You can go that route.
Sam's a consumer.
Even more.
It's the same thing. You can
this
sell
world
that
is paralyzed by
product.
consumption.
You can sell that product with good storytelling. I'm going to go to it. I'm going to enjoy Baby Yoda and Mandalorian. You can sell it with good product. It's actually, here's a take. It's probably easier to sell it with good product. Like if you put something on screen that everyone wants to go see, they'll probably buy random shit. Hence me getting a "This is the way" tattoo and having them spell it wrong. I've sold my body for this fucking franchise, and this is what we're putting out. Fellas riding in Hoth. Hey, remember?
It'll be okay, man.
No. Hey, remember Tauntauns? Remember that one time that Luke Skywalker got put into a Tauntaun? Well, guess what? Baby Yoda and Mandalorian, they can use them as horse-drawn buggies in this universe now. Congrats. I don't care.
Cam, have you ever considered what about hype moments and aura farming?
Dude, but this is lame moments and
Mandalorian doesn't have those.
They're like actually like aura minimizing. I don't get
aura minimize.
Like they're not aura maxing. They're not slot maxing. They're minimizing.
Aura minimizing.
Insane. It's disgusting. Give me my franchise back. And then after this, I get Sean Levy.
Aura
and the Starfighter crew.
Bad.
I love Ryan Gosling, but my God, it's just
Aura minimizing.
Yeah,
incredible.
Now that you've thrown aura minimizing out into the public domain, I will be using it regularly.
I'm going to take that as well, for sure.
That was the funniest shit I ever
Aura
heard.
minimizing.
Aura minimizing.
Unbelievable.
I think that was it for Super Bowl trailers. Supergirl had a teaser during the Puppy Bowl, but
before I got back.
Full Disclosure Day trailer looks fantastic.
Oh shit, I've got to note that down. Yeah, no, it looks amazing.
Steven Spielberg did like a not behind the scenes, but he did like his first interview for it and just talking about the movie. And guys, he's smart. He knows what he's doing. I like it.
Think?
He is aura maxing.
He's aura maxing.
He knows what he's doing.
Disclosure Day looks like peak early 2000 Spielberg. This looks great.
Yeah,
it looks
very excited for it.
We have at least 3 big time sci-fi films coming out this year, so it'll be interesting. The Oscars next year, because usually sci-fi is like they're going to clean up the technical awards.
Remind me of the third one.
Dune 3, Disclosure Day, and Project Hail Mary. I feel like all of them are going to be kind of like cleaning up the visual effects, like all the technical awards. So
one of that, here's my take. One of them is going to be a stinker on the visual effects side.
That kind of is a take because I think all 3 of them. I expect to be good. So
I do too. That's my that's my bold prediction is that one of them is going to be a stinker.
Wait, you have to predict which one.
I'm pretty worried it's going to be Dune 3.
I was going to say Disclosure.
Wow,
I was going to say Hail Mary.
Oh,
is
we're
it?
all different. I think Disclosure Day might
No,
have to be a
Project
thing.
Hail
Not doing
Mary.
three.
I've already
They've
got
done
the
that.
trailers, and it looks crazy good.
Dude, Dune 3, they've
who's
already
doing-
done it for 2
They've
movies.
done
so
Dune 3.
what
They
are they
know
going to do?
the
Just like,
formula.
They don't have Greg Fraser.
They've got the formula down for
it's,
it.
It's someone else now.
that's
Yeah, but that's not-
cinematography, though.
That's
The guy that
cinematography.
did La La
That's
Land
great. No, that's
You got the guy who did Wuthering Heights, man. Wuthering Heights was
and
fucking banging. by the way.
Babylon.
And Babylon.
who did it? Sorry.
Linus
Linus
Sandgren, who
Sandgren.
did
Oh,
La
okay.
La
Is
La
that his
Land,
But
Babylon.
I'm just saying, I
He's
understand.
also not a cinematographer anyway. We're saying,
Yeah,
are we saying
sorry, I'm
visual
not
effects?
talking. I guess I'm talking about how the
Intelligence.
movie looks in general. I'm sorry, I don't know.
So do you feel the same way about the Batman 2 because Greg Fraser's dropping out?
The Batman 2, I
No,
think
because they got Eric Mitchell.
no, because I won't have to like pick one with the Batman 2. You know, right now you have a gun to my head and I have to pick one.
I would say the
Like,
only one
if-
has to be Project Hail Mary then.
No, I think Project Hail Mary.
Who
looks
does Project Hail
great.
Mary have as the DP? I actually have no idea.
It's
I think Project Hail Mary has the strongest chance of the 3 to be the technical stuff being the only thing that's great.
Oh, it's Greg Fraser. Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I literally just said his name and I blanked.
I
Damn, it's Greg Fraser
Oh.
maxing.
Yeah, that guy's good. He knows what he's doing.
I actually don't think any of them are going to look bad. Like I just.
I mean,
can't-
that's like the minus 600 take. I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get some money here, man. I'm trying
That's
to get
fair.
some odds.
Mhm.
That's
So
fair.
yeah,
That's fair.
I think if I had to pick of those three, like I think Dune 3 has the best chance.
They've all got great guys working on them. So
Who's Disclosure Day?
it's Janusz Kaminski. I think that's a good. He's basically he worked with Spielberg his entire career. He's done like all of them pretty much.
Mhm.
So and hot take Spielberg movies,
Look good.
they look good. So
Those are the trailers I had though.
I
Mhm.
didn't do any
Good
movie news
trailers,
this week.
mostly because of the Super Bowl.
Any major news this week?
Yeah, so Paramount apparently still trying to buy Warner Brothers. They added
yeah.
like more financial incentives. They're trying to give shareholders. Listen to these numbers because, like, what the hell? Shareholders will get $650 million per quarter if the takeover isn't done by end of 2026. No one should have that money. It's just lame.
True.
They will pay $2.8 billion termination fee of Netflix's deal if it doesn't.
Actually,
If like
more.
they get it again. It's fake money. It's if that much money's real, none of it's real. Like that's stupid. But also Paramount, just let it go, bro. It's the backpack like holding on meme. Just let it go. The Mummy 4 will release in May 19th, 2028. Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz will return officially. I think that was rumored for a while, but now it's like set in stone. It's got a release date. Not a Mummy guy. I think George. I think you like the Mummy. The
I
Mummy.
think it's a
First
5
one,
star.
yeah,
for
love
George,
the
isn't
first one, 5 stars.
Okay. Yeah. So
One
not
of
a
the best
Mummy
adventure
guy. I'll
films
admit.
out there.
Mummy good.
Those are the big pieces, and then lastly, I have clavicular got mogged by an ASU frat.
Yeah.
leader,
Stop, dog.
Chester
Can you
Matson.
explain this to me? Who is
No
this
one
dude?
knows,
No one
George. We're
knows.
not part of the manosphere.
Some
you
guy.
know?
He's
It's-
all
it's-
over my fucking
Where were
Twitter.
George? Where were
Where were
you though when Clavicular got brutally frame marked by ASU frat leader? Where were you?
It's the
when this
funniest piece of
Hey,
discourse I've
but
ever
Nah,
heard.
I know what you're gonna say, Tyler. The fucking androgenic, like, what was the fucking thing?
No, I was gonna
Like,
say that you're leaving out the part of the story where 30 seconds later he lean mogged him back though, so he got him
What does
back.
that
Oh.
mean?
No one knows, man. It's
and
provocative.
there's like a guy who's come down from Australia looking for revenge against the ASU frat leader.
he,
Dog.
George.
apparently this like clavicular guy does like insane like body workouts where he hits himself in the face with a bat or with a nail or sorry hammer
Hammer.
like
Show
in
videos
order
on.
to like make his jawline more like
So
defined.
he doesn't get
Like,
frame mogged. That's the thing.
This guy named
Yeah.
Clavicular George, like his whole brand is all about like becoming the Giga Chad, basically.
Yeah,
So
he's an
like,
idiot. Like they're idiots.
does anything he can to make his
Okay.
jawline better, like takes drugs and pills just to like make his
Apparently he takes
skin
meth.
better
So he doesn't
hairline.
get so he can lose weight. or
Yeah,
something.
he
He
got
takes meth.
What?
he got arrested, didn't he, on like drug possession recently?
Oh my.
Like he
How
got
old
tried.
is
But
this, like,
George,
an
the
older
important
guy?
thing to note is that he got
he got-
brutally frame mugged by an
What does
ASU
frame
flag.
mog mean?
This guy was like a triangle.
better frame.
man.
This guy was
like a-
trapping. It's crazy.
Bro.
The video,
Oh,
the
the look
video
on his
ran,
face
it
about-
goes crazy. It makes me sad to be a fan of clavicular.
I'm in my late 20s now.
Every
Laughing.
like I watched.
So
I
embarrassing.
saw. This one's bad, but not bad. But I saw Peter Dinklage with his daughter, and someone's replying to it.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God, I saw the same
imagine
thing.
getting height mogged by your
Height mogged
daughter.
by your daughter, 6-year-old daughter or some shit. I saw the
The
same.
fucking like mog terminology is so funny, man.
It is. I'm so embarrassed to be 27 and laughing at it, but it's
I
just
know.
funny. Like it is just funny. Like it's
Getting
funny.
divorced. I saw one that's like, I'm getting divorce mogged by my wife of 25 years. Oh man, it's good stuff. Yeah, that was a funny
Ending was the
movie.
most important.
Endless
movie.
brain rot, bro.
Oh yeah, it's so bad.
Genius.
Have you guys watched any of the Olympics?
No.
The winter. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Dude, I've been watching so much curling. Curling is
Really?
so fun, dude.
Controversy in
Stop.
curling with the touch of the stone by Canada.
I saw that. And Sweden
guys
did
do
it when I was
not
watching
care
them
about
again.
this.
Huh?
You don't care about this.
No, I don't care about it necessarily. I just I enjoy curling.
I was watching.
I actively
curling.
enjoy watching curling.
It was crazy that the Ilya guy.
You like
in the
watching
US
motherfuckers sweep?
Yeah, it's fun. Like it's
Curling's
cool.
fun. Curling
Is it? I've never
darts.
seen
I
curling.
like
Darts
watching
crazy.
darts too.
Quad God got mobbed
Darts
in the
is
final.
darts.
I
get.
won't see. It's one of those things, George. If it were like NFL or NBA where it's on every day, I wouldn't watch it. But once every 4 years, hell yeah, I'm gonna tune into some curling. That's fun. But I was watching like Sweden versus US, and I swear the Swedes moved our stone barely, but still. I'm like, you should get penalized. We got point mogged by them. They beat us like 9-2 or something.
You see Ilya like completely fumbled in the final for the gold medal for skating.
Yeah,
when he was
I
like,
saw that,
he's like easily the best in the world. And then everyone, obviously, I think mental health matters for athletes. So I'm not trying to say anything about that, but there's a lot of discourse like the public media was too hard on him, put too much pressure on him, basically, and he kind of collapsed on the biggest stage after being the best. And then a lot of people are replying with like Michael Phelps being like, well, if you're like an Olympian, it's supposed to be like you're supposed to be able to like get over the public kind of like pressure and be able to perform. That's why there's very few Michael Phelps, very few what's the swimmer Katie Ledecky, who also like where you just win no matter what. Sean White. Lindsey Vonn, shout out Lindsey Vonn for just obliterating her leg.
That was
Jesus.
Her leg was, she had a torn ACL and then fucked it up even more. Like
broke her tibia in like 3 spots. And she has to get like multiple surgeries now. That's just brutal.
That sport is crazy though. It's just speed racing down a hill like as fast as you can.
And it's one that on TV I just don't think does justice for how fast they're going. Like, people don't realize like the fastest you've ever gone on a snowboard or ski, like as just an average skier or snowboarder, is probably the slowest they will ever go on that race the entire time.
But did you guys see the guy? I forget what sport it is, but the dude who like said he was publicly like ruining his life because he cheated on his girlfriend or wife, and then told her about it, and then came to the Olympics and like confessed on public TV and was like, "I hope committing this public suicide will make her understand how much I want her back," or something.
I did not see.
I saw a hilarious TikTok where some guy like stitched that video of him and was like, bro did all of this just for a bronze medal, which is negative aura.
She also replied and was like, I'm not happy that this is public and we'll deal with it behind the scenes. And I was like,
because it's toxic as hell, dude.
Oh,
why would you do that?
But also just like they are not getting back together. He did all of that and they are not getting back together. Which
that was a crazy story where he just like professed his love.
So crazy.
And he's like, I cheated on my wife and it's ruined my life. And then like when it is funny when you see after the fact, he's like, dude, you won bronze. Like this is the type of speech always gonna be toxic, but you can't be winning bronze and then start to be trying to like get your wife back. You got to be getting gold to do that shit.
So
you
funny,
have to get gold.
The Olympics are crazy because it's just athletes you've never heard of coming out of the woodwind unless they're like generational athletes, but still, Olympics.
Everything with the sled, I don't understand. I just don't understand how you ever get good at that.
I don't understand how you figure out that you're good at it.
Yeah,
like why'd you decide this was going to be your sport? Like
I think it's just whoever can afford to do it growing up can do it, and that's true with a lot of sports. But for that one specifically, like 10 people in the world have access to one of those sled hills of the luge.
Like, the chances aren't that low. Like they have
the US like 4 in the bobsled just absolutely fall out of it. Did you guys see that video? And it's even more funny when you keep watching and they all have to slide down the hill like on outside of the bobsled. It's so good, man. Olympics are
Olympic talk.
Tune in every once in a while and check out what's going on, but it's not something I'm watching like crazy.
No,
Real Olympics 180.
Real Olympics.
Real
right.
Olympics.
That's all I got.
Any more news? Was that kind of a? I didn't see anything else this week, to be honest. That was
No, I think that's
notable.
it. Hopefully next week, George and I can talk about our South by Southwest lineup because we're booking them on Thursday, and it's
When
this
does it
comes out on
start?
Monday. We don't want our tickets to be taken from us. We will tell you our lineup after our tickets are secured.
What's the date?
I think a month from today, so the 13th of March through the 18th.
No,
or
the
19th.
12th. Our first is the 12th.
12th, yeah.
We have a long ass week.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's gonna be packed.
And we're gonna
But
be
I mean, we're only
watching
seeing
Oscars
like
together.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the Oscars together. That'll be fun. Just negative
Oh, you
war
got to
for film
record some
festival.
reactions
to-
for that. You got to record.
we
some
for sure will. I don't know. We'll figure out something. Maybe we
We'll
live
do
stream
something.
or something. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
absolutely.
But Oscars together will be a blast. But yeah, other than that, Thursday, like I said, we're gonna be talking our top 10 favorite movies of all time. We were gonna do our final cleanup of the tier list.
I can't
but-
believe this happened. By the way,
Can't believe Stephen
so-
Amell is in TV Bad. I'm
Yeah,
still
so
upset about it,
so
George.
this is the saddest thing of my day. The best actors tier list. My computer crashed this week.
Oh my
So
God.
we still got most of it in there, but I have to go put all
Oh,
the last
no.
2 episodes
Oh, that's
worth.
brutal.
So
I didn't see that.
yeah, it was
That's so
it was
bad.
rough. So that was going to be our final episode. Our episode this week was going to be cleaning that up because we have those 8 final ones we have to place, and then
Yeah.
we're going to do a fun draft style to each of us move up and down people. But instead, we're going to be doing our top 10 favorite movies of all time in a draft format, and then Friday we're going to review Shrek. So stay tuned for that. Seth, you want to shout out executive producers?
Yeah, once again, shout out there's the producers. So we've got Ollie Powell, Harry Whitehouse, Cole Beaver, Cody Whitney, Stephen Johnson. Like I said earlier, if you do want to look at the many benefits you get joining our Patreon and our Discord, check the link below. We appreciate you guys listening as always. Tyler's already given the what's going this week. And comment down below if you made it this far in the episode, what your favorite match of curling ever is or was. There we go. That's the comment bit of the episode. Appreciate you guys listening. Peace.